विनायक नमस्तुभ्यं सततं मोदकप्रिय निर्विघ्नं कुरु नो देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामः सिद्धिर्भवतु नो सदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनाम वरानने आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। श्रीराघवं दशरथात्मजमप्रमेयं सीतापतिं रघुकुलान्वयरत्नदीपम् आजानुबाहुमरविन्ददलायताक्षं रामं निशाचरविनाशकरं नमामि। श्रीरघुराम चारुतुलसीदलधाम शमक्षमादिशृङ्गारगुणाभिराम विजगन्नुतशौर्यरमाललाम दुर्वारुकबन्धराक्षसविराम जगज्जनकल्मषार्णवोत्तारकनाम गिरि दाशरथी करुणापयोनिधि आञ्जनेयमतिपाटलाननं काञ्चनाद्रिकमनीय विग्रहं पारिजाततरुमूलवासिनं भावयामि पवमाननन्दनं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वमरोगता अजाड्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनुमत्स्मरणात् भवेत्। कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम्। अद्यतनपञ्चाङ्गं शोभकृन्नाम संवत्सरे उत्तरायणे ग्रीष्मर्तौ ज्येष्ठमासे शुक्लपक्षे पूर्णिमातिथिः till almost midnight, 11:41 p.m. So now you understand how the names of the months come. The nakshatram that is there on the Purnima Tithi is typically the name that is picked for that month. So today is Jyeshtha Nakshatram, so it is Jyeshtha Masam. Stiravasaraha Anuradha Nakshatram till 1933, followed by Jyeshtha. So in the night, Jyeshtha Nakshatram is there, so Jyeshtha Masa, Purnima Tithi. Siddha Yoga till 2:29 a.m. followed by Sadhya Yoga. The same three set of Karanams like last week. Vishti Karanam till 12:47 noon, afternoon. Bhava Karanam followed by that till the ending of the Tithi, which is 11:41 p.m. followed by Balava Karanam. Sarvebhyah Suprabhatam. So last time we did till 19th shloka, right? So that is where Rama was trying to, in fact, Kausalya was trying to, Kaikeyi was trying to corner him and sort of bound him into obliging for these promises so that he doesn't, she knows these are tough, very tough promises. So in spite of knowing Rama, she couldn't trust. So she had to take his promise beforehand, before actually telling what they are. So we'll quickly recap the last three and then we'll continue. Yavat tvam na vanam yataha puradasmat abhitvaran pita tavannate ramas nasyate bhokshate piva. As long as you don't immediately, quickly, instantly go away to the forest, till then your father will not even take bath nor will eat any food. Immediately, dhik kashtamiti nishvasya raja shoka pariplataha murchito nyapatat tasmin paryanke hemabhushite. Immediately, dhik kashtam, said Dasharatha. What is this dirty vicious style of, getting this done by Rama, such a dirty promises and insane promises. So with that indignancy, Dasharatha is like, Dik Kashtam. And then he was collapsing into that bed or throne that he was sitting on. And Ramopyapthaya Rajanam Kaikeya Prachoditaha Ashayevahato Rajbaji Vanam Gantum. Immediately tried to go and to hold the falling father and made him stand up or sit up properly. And then Kashaya iva ahataha, as if hit by a whip, as swiftly a horse runs, so swiftly, so immediately did he also make up his mind, run for the forest, so that his father doesn't have to, get emotionally blackmailed further like this. Tada priyamanarya yah vachanam gatav Ramaha kiyam vakyam abravit. So we heard, here we realized from this shloka that even Rama also felt a vyatha, but he was gata vyatha. I mean, the emotional responses, reactions, feelings cannot be avoided in anybody. They will naturally, they are natural, prakriti. But the ability to overcome them instantly is the divine quality. And that is what is Rama, and he says, Gatavyathaha. Gatavyathaha Ramaha Kaikeyim Vakyam Abravit. Even though Tad Apriyam Vachanam, Anaryayaha Dharunodayam Apriyam Vachanam Shrutva. That unless you go, your father will not even eat or take bath. Oh my God, does it mean he will not or she will not let him? And hence it was Dharunodayam. It's a beginning of a verse scenario, event, situation. So Dharunodayam Vachanam Apriyam, very unpleasing statement of verse. Shrutva Gatavyathaha. So it has hurt him, but he has quickly recovered from there. And Kaikeyim Vakyam Abravit. And now we will all repeat this shloka together. Nahamarthaparo Devi.
Nahamarthaparo Devi.
Lokamavastumutsahe.
Lokamavastumutsahe.
Vidhi mam rishibhistulyam.
Vidhi mam
Rishibhistulyam.
Rishibhistulyam.
Kevalam dharmamasthitam.
Kevalam dharmamasthitam.
We said all of us will repeat it. It's a great quotable quote, so I highlighted that. Let's all repeat one more time. Nahamarthaparo Devi.
Nahamarthaparo Devi.
Lokamavastumutsahe.
Lokamavastumutsahe.
Vidhimam rishibhistulyam.
Vidhimam rishibhistulyam.
Kevalam dharmamasthitam.
Kevalam dharmamasthitam.
So he replied back to her saying, do you have to blackmail me, emotionally blackmail me like this? Naham lokamavastum arthaparaha utsahe devi. I am not a guy who is eager to live in this world only based on material benefits. Naham arthaparaha. I am not behind artha. Artha is material benefits. Money, wealth, enjoyments, all of that is artham. Everything other than kama, dharma and moksha is artha. Because all the artha is achieved based on the kama. So, Naham Arthaparaha Devi, Lokam Avastum Utsahe. In order to, we saw it, Vastum means Vasati is lives. Vastum, in order to live. That is called Tuman Pratyaya, Vastum. Avastum, in order to live here for long, where in this loka, Utsahe, I'm not excited by. I'm not excited by wealth or material properties in order to live in this world. Naham arthaparo devi lokamavastu mutsahe vidhi. Please know. Don't you know me? Please know. Vidhi is janlo, janiye. Vidhi mam, know me. If you didn't know me so far. Vidhi mam, rishibhistulyam. Abba. Rama claims himself, I'm not a Raja kind of a guy who, wants pleasures, luxury, kingdom, wealth, all of that. No, I'm not behind that. Rishibhihi mam vidhi. Rishibhis tulyam mam vidhi. Tulyam is comparable to tolanam. So, please know that I am comparable to rishis. I am like rishis. For whom kevalam dharmam asthitam. Sthitam means stood up or situated in. Asthitam is situated in. So I am like rishis. I am kevalam, only situated in dharma. I mean, dharma alone matters. I am only situated in dharma like rishis, equal. I want to be like rishis. I live like rishis. Please know that I am like rishis. I'm not a material guy like ordinary men. I am a rishi. Rama is claiming that. I mean, can we imagine a better dialogue than that? Nahamarthaparo devi lokamavastu mutsahe vidhiman rishivisthulyam kevalam dharmamasthitam. And then he says, Yadatra bhavatah kinchit.
Yadatra bhavata kinchit
Shakyam kartum priyam maya.
shakyam kartum priyam maya
Prananapi parityajya.
prananapi parityajya
Sarvatha kritameva tat.
sarvatha kritameva tat.
So, atra bhavataha, last time also we saw this. Atra bhavataha, atra bhavan, atra bhavata, all the vibhaktis of bhavat, atra bhavat shabda is used as a respectful, honorable addressing or pronoun for in the third person style. Yadatra bhavataha, jo aapke, aisa, to say that in such a way. Yadatra bhavataha kinchit means for whatever of my father, respectable, honorable father. Yadatra bhavataha kinchit shakyam kartum priyam maya. Whatever little is possible to do that pleases my honorable father. Pranana piparityajya. If required, I will even give away my lives. Sarvatha kritameva tat. And I have done that. And I am going to show you now that I will do it. Sarvatha, by all means. That I do it by all means, whatever I can, little or big, including giving away my lives, to please my father. I've done that, and I shall show you now. Nahyato dharmacharanam.
Nahyato dharmacharanam.
Kinchidasti mahattaram.
Kinchidasti mahattaram.
Yatha pitarishrushrusha.
Yatha pitarishrushra.
Tasya va vachanakriya.
Tasya va vachanakriya.
And he's saying, why? Because nahi ataha dharmacharanam. Kinchidasti mahattaram. There is nothing more grand or nothing more great implementation of dharma, nothing more greater in implementing dharma than yatha pitarais shrusha, than listening to, obeying, serving in the father. Pitari sushrusha means shravanam in the father. That means listening to father, following him, obeying him. Tasya va vachana kriya. Either listening to him and following his statement, following his instructions, taking his instructions into action. Vachana kriya. Vachanam is the speech of father. If he says, do this, I should immediately put it into action. Beyond that, I don't see any other mahattaram dharmam. Vacharanam. So, extent, he loves his father and he's setting that role model of how we all should be also, following our fathers. Anuktopyatra bhavata.
Anuktopyatra bhavata.
Bhavatya vachanadaham.
Bhavatya vachanadaham.
Vane vatsyami vijane.
Vane vatsyami vijane.
Varshani iha chaturdasha.
Varshani iha chaturdasha.
So he's confirming it. Hence, anuktaha api atra bhavata. Again, I said atra bhavat is honorable that, honorable he. That he here is his father. And if you are addressing it to a Rishi, atra bhavan, atra, all the 7 saptamis. So before it was atra bhavataha, that was Shashti, apostrophe yes, of my fathers, atra bhavataha kinchid kartum, to please him, etc. Now it is atra bhavata, it is tritiya vibhakti, that means by him. Anuktaha api, even though my father has not said, even though not told by my father, you are telling this. He hasn't said this so far. So anuktaha api atra bhavata. Atra bhavata anuktaha api bhavatyaha vachanat. Even though my father has not said it, you have said it. Bhavatyaha vachanat. Because of your statement, taking the name of my father, that he has asked this. All right. Vane vatsyami vijane vane. In uninhabited by humans. Vane vijane, where there are no people living. Vijane vane vatsyami. I shall stay there. How long? Chaturdasha varshani. And we saw that he doesn't stumble in words. He is able to say 14, 14 always. She had to stumble and say Navapancha, Sapta Sapta. So it shows the firmness and non-guilty stance. So Chaturdasha varshani iha vijane vane vatsyami. Atra bhavata anuktaha api bhavatyaha vachanat aham vane vatsyami. He's very clearly saying it here. So that means here Rama is also hurt. Just like an ordinary human being, like any one of us is behaving. But sticking to principles, well, I don't care about the consequences. That's the kind of a stance he is in. So he realizes the politics that Kaikeyi is playing, the tricks that she is playing, and he's sort of acknowledging them. I know my father hasn't asked for this. I know he cannot ask for it. So in spite of that, you took his name and made me commit to it. I shall go, no problem, because I want to keep up my father's name, even though he hasn't asked for it. You have asked, I know it. Right? So if you can read these lines, these are very, very important to understand the personality of Rama. That's why we say, and that's why he says even in Yuddhakanda, what does it say? Something like this, Nahamartha Paradevi only, he will say, Manusham Atmanam Manusham Manye Ramo Dasharathatmajaha. When all gods come and they keep Brahma, there's a big stotram of Rama. That's a great stotram. When we get to Yuddhakanda, probably we will all be another 10 years old, I guess. But by that time, when we read that stotram, which Brahma himself reads, saying, you are Vishnu, you are Shiva, you are Skanda, you are Varuna, you are everything, you are the earth, you are the worlds. It goes like that, that's stotram. And towards the end of that sarga, after several hundred shlokas or so, then he says, Atmanam Manusham Manye Ramo Dasharathatmajaha. I am not any god or anything as you are saying. I think I am just an ordinary being, human being. Atmanam Manusham Manye. I believe I am a human being. And Ramaha, my name is Rama, Dasharathatmajaha. I am son of Dasharatha, he says. And so, he always acts just like a human being. To set a role model to us that even being a human being, we can also, like him, reach that otherwise impossible, humanly impossible, but highly venerated, revered, actions, decisions, and stances. Nanunam mai kaikeyi
ननूनं मयि कैकेयी
kinchidashamshase gunam
किञ्चिदाशंससि गुणं
yad rajanamavochastvam
यद्राजानमवोचस्त्वं
mameshwaratara sati.
ममेश्वरतरा सति.
So he is again, see, all the hurt feelings of Rama, he is very politely trying to say them. In the previous line, he said, even though my father hasn't said even one line, because you have said, I am doing it. Now he is saying, Mai Kaikeyi, O Kaikeyi, Mai Nunam Inchid Gunam Ashamsase. He is saying, have you not seen even one guna in me? Means, have you not seen one good quality in me? You have not talked even one good quality in me. Mayi, you have not seen even one good quality. Yat rajanam avochaha. Whatever is to be told by the Raja, for me, ma Ishwaratara sati. Sati is being in, for the feminine style. Sun for the Pullinga. Sati is Strilinga. That means being in Ishwaratara. You are like the most Lord, the ultimate Lord, Ishvara. Ishvara is the ultimate controller. You are acting in that highest controller, the biggest controller position. Ishwaratara sati. Yad rajanam avochaha. By the king, he didn't say anything, right? But you have said in sort of, you are trying to, what is it called? Put words in your mouth. So, whatever Raja has said, he has not said. You are saying it. And you have not found even one good quality in me. Oh, bad. So that means Rama is hurt. And he's showing how ordinary humanly he is, but divine yet he is. Yavan mataram aprachhe.
Yavan matrama prache.
Sitam chanu nayamyaham. Sitam chanu nayamyaham.
Sitam cha anuyamyaham.
Tatodhyaiva gamishyami.
Tatodhyaiva gamishyami.
Dandakanam mahadvanam.
Dandakanam mahatvanam.
So he's saying, all right, yavat mataram aprachhe. All right, you are also my mother, but I have to go and just inform and seek her permission also. Not permission, I have to inform her, right? When we leave home, we go and tell all the elders, Acha, I'm going to office. Amma, I'm going to office. Daddy, I'm going to office. See you later, right? Even though we don't have to, that's our culture. And Rama is demonstrating here. That's why we said every shloka, every line is a lesson which reminds us of our Hindu culture, society, civilization that we have lived for tens of thousands of years old. I remember even now I do that. I tell my mother. In fact, I've been doing that even before I read this sloka, ever. Right? And most of us must be doing that. Right? So he's also saying the same thing. You have asked me to leave instantly, directly from here to Vanam. Yes, I'm going to go to Vanam. But let me complete that cultural obligation of going and informing my mother. Yavat mataram aprche. And then, Sita is also there, right? My wife. Sitam cha anunayamyaham. I shall also convince her. Anunayami. Anunayami. Nayami means I carry her with me. Anayami means I bring her with me. Anunayami means, Nayanam is actually lead in a way, right? To lead. Anunayanam is I will make her follow me. That means I will convince her. Don't worry. She's my wife. I have to go and inform her that, I've taken this big decision of going to the forest for 14 years away. Kausalya is my mother. I have to, of course, inform her. Sita is my wife. I will also have to inform her by dharma. Again, very, very important line, right? Sitam charunayam yaham. These are, we should publish a catalog of all the dharma principles that Rama says it for us, for our sake, which we have as good followers have followed it for tens of thousands of years. We all follow this, right? For us, Bharya is it's a respectable position. Right? We always treat wife, we consult her for everything, inform her, we work with her. So she's not anything less than us, unlike in any other religion. Right? Hindus, for us, Bharya is as samanam as us. She's equivalent to us. So Sitamcha anunayamyaham, and hence I have to inform her also. Why did he use anunayami? Because, AKE, don't suspect that if I tell her, then Sita will convince me that, oh no, Rama, mat jao, stay back, what is this, why are you leaving? Even if she cries, even if she shouts, even if she pleads, I will convince her, is what he was trying. That is why he used the word anunayami aham. Sitamcha anunayami. I will make her follow me. I will convince her. Don't worry. Which means stay calm. Okay? I will keep up to the commitment I gave you. Sitam chanunayamyam. Tataha. And after that. So these are the two people that I still have to meet before I can directly leave the forest. Tataha adyaiva gamishyami. From there, today itself, I shall leave Dandakanam Mahadvanam, to that Dandaka forest, that intense Dandaka forest. I shall leave today itself. Palayed Rajyam. Somebody quickly.
Bharatah palaye rajyam.
Sushrusecha pituryatha.
Susruchecha pituryatha.
Tatha bhavatya kartavyam.
Tatha bhavatya kartavyam.
Sahi dharma sanatanaha.
Sahi dharma sanatanaha.
Again, see, Rama is in every word of his, in every action of his, he's showing us the rules. So he's saying, okay, Bharataha palayet rajyam. Okay, may Bharata rule the state. Bharatah palayet rajyam. But he's immediately saying, Sushrushet cha pituhu yatha. Ensure that yatha pituhu sushrushet atha bhavatya kartavyam. You have to ensure so that he will listen to and serve the father. Listen to and obey father, as I am doing. And yatha bhavatya, yatha pituhu sushrushet bharataha, tatha bhavatya kartavyam. So it is your responsibility to ensure that not just Bharata rules the state, but serves the father. Sahi dharmaha sanatanaha. Sometimes it is said Esha Dharma Sanatanaha. Here he is saying Saha Dharma Sanatanaha. Saha he. And he is saying that itself is the Sanatana Dharma, which is not only ruling the state, which means not only doing our job outside of those 8 hours or 10 hours or whatever, but when we are back home, it is to take care of our parents. Pitu yatha sushrushet cha tata bhaktya kartavyam sadharmaha sanatanaha hi is what the Anvaya that he is saying. Saramasya vacha shrutva
स रामस्य वचः श्रुत्वा
vrisham dukkha hatah pita
भृशं दुःखतः पिता
shokadashaknuvan bashpam
शोकात् अक्षग्नुवन् बाष्पं
praruroda mahasvanam.
प्रुरोद महास्वनम्.
So saha who? Saha means Dasharatha here. So saha pita Vrisham dukkha hataha, extremely hurt by sorrow. Hataha means almost hurt or slain, extremely slain by the pain, dukkham. Vrisham dukkham, that too. Intense dukkham. Why? Ramasya vachaha shrutva. Abba, Rama, how good son you are, eh? How good you are. You can rebel. You can say, forget it. It's announced to the world that I am the Yuvaraja. Then all the world state leaders have come. They have given their acknowledgement of 49 qualities in seconding the proposal of my father, who thought of 99 leadership qualities, 95 leadership qualities in me. I don't care for your two promises that my father would have given long time back when I was not even born, probably. You could have rebelled like that, Rama. Why are you so good? And so that helplessness has hurt Dasharatha. Saha dukkha hataha, vrisham dukkha hataha pita Ramasya vachaha shrutva shokat, because of that sorrow, bashpam ashaknuvan, he could not speak, he could not do anything because of sorrow. Bashpam is tears with heavy pressure. Bashpam praruroda mahasvanam, all he could do was, oh my God, Rama, like that. Praruroda, roda itself is cried, or cried means cried in sorrowness. Praruroda rodanam, prakrishta rodanam kritavan. Ha Rama, why are you leaving Rama? Like that. And with mahasvanam, with heavy sigh of exhale, like that with all that that is mahasvanam. So mahasvanam praruroda, he couldn't even talk. All he could do was that big exhale, big sigh is all he could do. And vanditva charanau ramaha,
Vanditva charanau Ramaha
visanyasya pitustatha,
Visannasya pitusthatha
Kaikeyaschapya naryayah
Aikeyashchapya naryayaha
nishpapata mahadyutihi.
Nishpapata mahadyutihi.
So Rama is an executor, right? Is an action executor. So vanditva charanau, by doing vandanam to the 2 feet, charanau, of whom? Pituhu, visanyasya. Sanya is identity. Visanya, vigata sanya, one who lost his consciousness. And his father is unconscious. He is already not able to respond, not able to talk. such a helpless, zipped mouth situation that Dasharatha is in. Unto such father's feet, he first did Vandanam. Tatha, and then also, Kaikeyaha cha api anaryayaha. Valmiki is not able to keep his feelings also. He is over and over saying, Anarya, Anarya, Anarya. Anaryayaha, Kaikeyaha cha api charanau vanditva. By touching and doing Vandanam to Kaikeyi and to the unknoble Kaikeyi's feet also. Mahadyutihi nishpapata. A great, big, intense light has fallen off, which means he left. He did the charana, he did the pranamas to the parents' feet, and he left. When he left, it seemed like Mahadyutihi, a big flood of light has fallen away. That means it became dark there. Imagine I'm sure you are also able to see the movie, right? Like the video, as I am enjoying. If you are, then I think my purpose is served, because my interest is to generate that vision in you, that you are also able to see the Ramayanam, live Ramayanam. I believe it happened 7,000 years, 10,000 years old, or 1 lakh years of old, and then get that excitement that, wow, it's the same culture and civilization that is continuing in spite of the onslaughts, thanks to all those great people who have fought by all means to keep up this culture, so that at least we are able to live, and let us do our best in ensuring to pass it on, so that coming tens of thousands of years of old, all these Hindus can still follow this culture without getting lost to the demonic, barbaric forces in the world today. Saramah pitaram kritva
Saramah pitaram krutva
Kaikeyim cha pradakshinam
Kaikeyim cha pradakshinam
Nishkramyantah purat tasmat
Nishkramyantah puratsmat
Swam dadarsha suhrujjanam.
Samdadarsha suhujjanam.
So step by step you are seeing. So first he did Vandanam to the parents. And then you remember when he was coming in the last Sarga, when he was coming on the chariot also, wherever he saw great people or great people's murtis or great temples, he would go and do a pradakshinam there. Right? And we said, Dorbala Prabhakar Sharma, Mahan Bhava, Maharishihi. Every time he was boarding, for the days that he used to stay in my home, at least, that I remember, every time he would board the car and get off the car, he would do a production to the car. He says, because that's what Rama has done. And so I continue that. That's what all the great people have done before. We do pradakshanam to whatever we respect. So Saramaha pitaram kaikeyim cha pradakshanam kritva. So not just the pada pranama, pada vandanam, but also pradakshanam around them to both the father and Kaikeyi. Antahpurat, tasmat antahpurat nishkramya, having exited out of that antahpuram, swam suhrujjanam dadarsha, because outside all his friends, all his fans, all his well-wishers, and we saw that they were all especially youth, right? That was a very significant, interesting point that we saw, that in the Rama's palace, all the safeguards and all were his friends of his youth, of his age. Yeah? And so we saw that that generation gap, or whatever otherwise it is called, should be appreciated, because even during Rama's time, that was how it was. So like minds, like age people also get together. So because all his friends are now waiting outside, so he went to see them. Swam suhrujjanam dadarsha, he also met to see all of them, to meet them as he came out. Tambashpa paripurnakshaha
तं बाष्पपरिपूर्णाक्षः
पृष्ठतोऽनुजगामः
पृष्ठतोऽनुजगामः
लक्ष्मणः परमक्रुद्धः
लक्ष्मणः परमक्रुद्धः
सुमित्रानन्दवर्धनः.
सुमित्रानन्दवर्धनः.
Lakshmana, even though he was staying, he was outside the main room where Rama had to, interact with Kaikeyi and Dasharatha. Lakshmana was able to hear probably, and so he realized what happened inside. So Paramakruddhaha Lakshmanaha, even though he is Sumitranandavardhanaha. See the poetry, that's the beauty, the poetry, right? He's saying he's Anandavardhanaha. Just as Rama was Kausalyanandavardhanaha, right? It was said in the Balakanda itself, and a couple of times later also. Kausalyanandavardhanaha Ramaha, Sumitranandavardhanaha Lakshmanaha. On one hand, he is Sumitra's Anandavardhanaha. Ananda word is there. Immediately, Paramakruddhaha. Ananda and Krodha, two opposites, right? But see the poetry. So to say that he is naturally an Anandavardhanaha, but in this situation he is Paramakruddhaha. Pashpa Paripurnakshaha. Even Paripurna, filled completely, eyes filled completely with tears. Prushtataha tam anujagama. Behind Rama, Lakshmana, even though he was furious, but he followed Rama behind him as Rama was walking outside, walking out of the Antahpuram. Abhishechanikam bhandam
अभिषेचनैकं भाण्डं
Kritva Ramah Pradakshinam
कृत्वा रामः प्रदक्षिणं
Shanair Jagama Sapekshaha
शनैर्जगाम सापेक्षः
Prishtim Tatra Vichalayan.
वृष्टिं तत्राविचालयन्.
So, as I said, all the shlokas are so important that we should also learn how and in what order to demonstrate respect and reverence too. Right? So, as he came out, he also met his friends, and then he went to the Abhisheka Vedi, the actual stage where all this was already being arranged and things are waiting for there, right? So, Abhishechanikam Bhandam, that big Bhanda, that Patra is one, but essentially what it means is all the Abhisheka related. Of course, Bhandam is big pot, right? Big Bhanda, in which you bring all the sacred water with which you do Abhishekam, right? So, Abhishechanikam Bhandam Pradakshinam Kritva. So, he did Pradakshina to that Abhisheka Bhanda also, to that Vedi and all other Sambharaha that were already arranged for his Abhishekam. That means, even though he is lost the opportunity of Abhisheka, still he did vener them, he did revere them. He expressed his worship to them. So these are very, very important for us to know. For example, even in our home, let us say, if there is some vratam or some puja that we do, we probably an acharya comes, to him we touch his feet. Other things, if we just ignore, we should not ignore any other sambhara also. All the vessels, all the, for example, the Agni Kundam there, Kalashas, Puja Samagri, Patri, Pushpam, those plates, Kalasham, everything, every one of them, treat them with respect, because all of them are part of that big puja or Abhisheka or whatever that is, that they are all part of it. And so it is all one big, respectable, big virtual entity. And so give all of that also enough respect, equal respect, as we would give to the Brahma, Pujari, or whoever. So Abhishechanikam Bhandam Ramaha Pradakshanam Kritva Shanaihi Sapekshaha Jagama. Slowly, from there also, he left. And Sapekshaha. Sapekshaha means with expectation, with means or with attention, with attentively, means he just didn't. What it is saying is not just to one item, to all the items he has very attentively did pradakshina around and was going out very attentively. That means he was very conscious of his inner feelings, inner emotions that's going on, all the hurt, etc., or anxiety, whatever was going on inside Rama. He was conscious of that so that it doesn't express out. Nobody might recognize it. And we will see that in the next slokas, how he behaves in order to hide those inside feelings within himself. And so, Srishtim Tatra Avichalayan, continuous tense, Avichalayan, without being diverted, without being taken away, without being distracted from the Srishti. Srishti is happiness. Because Rama is by inside, as we say, right? We are all Ananda. Ananda is our most innate quality, we say. By default, Atma is Ananda. Rest all bad things are what have covered and piled up on us. So Atmavan is an Anandavan. One who knows his Atma, one who has his Atma, is always happy. So, knowing that lessons of Veda and Upanishads, Rama is now trying to keep that Shrishti, trying to keep that happiness within him. Avichalayan, without wandering away, without slipping away from that happiness that is supposed to be innate by these consequences, recent consequences that happened after Kaikeyi's discussion. Nachasya mahatim lakshmim.
Nachasya mahatim lakshmim.
Rajyanashopakarshati.
Rajyanashopakarshati.
Lokakantasya kantatvat.
Lokakantasya kantatvat.
Sita rashmeri vakshapa.
Sita rashmeri vakshapa.
Beautiful narration by Valmiki. Nachasya mahatim lakshmim rajyanashaha apakarshati. So he said, Rama was trying to Shrishtim Tatra Avichalayan Shanaihi Jagama. Very consciously, slowly, he was moving without getting lost away from the inner happiness, right? And so how that is happening while he is attempting. So on one hand, Valmiki said Rama is attempting it. In the second sloka now he is saying, Nacha, nor is the great Lakshmi takeable away even after the state is gone. Rajyanashaha api asya mahatim lakshmim na apakarshati. Apakarshanam is repel or go away. Even though Rajyanashaha, even though he lost his kingdom, even though he lost the kingdom, but the Lakshmi, the great Lakshmi, could not be taken away. Another great understanding we require here of Lakshmi. As soon as we say Lakshmi, everybody thinks rupees, dollars, probably home, probably plots. That is all they know of Lakshmi. In fact, that is not even Lakshmi. What is Lakshmi? Lakshmi Van When we say, and Mahatim Lakshmim Rajyanashaha api na apakarshati. This line, if we understand, I think we will live our rest of our life very happily without any worries ever. Right? Because like what we think otherwise is Lakshmi is not Lakshmi. This Rajyam, this job, this power, this money, this home, this wealth, this car, none of this is actually Lakshmi. The Lakshmi is our behavior, is our conviction, is our principles. And Lakshmi is defined again, as we said, by 6 qualities: Apshuchi, Shanti, Anushtanam. There are 6 such qualities, right? Which those are the qualities which define what is Lakshmi Tvam or Lakshmi Lakshanam. So, and hence, because Rama is such a great, composed, principled person, that the loss of the kingdom didn't take away the actual grand Lakshmi Tanam, Lakshmi Tvam from away from him. Why? Because Lokakantasya Kantatvat, that could not take away from Lokakantasya Kantatvat. Beautiful poetry again. He is Lokakantaha. Lakshmi Kantaha, we say. Lakshmi Kantaha means the light of Lakshmi. Or likewise, Rajani Kantaha. Rajani is night. The light of night, which is that Javali or the moonlight. So also Lokakantaha. He is the beloved of the whole world. Lokakantasya Kantatvat. Just as from his lightness or from his glow, from the glow of the light of the people, this Lakshmi Tanam could not be taken away, even though the kingdom was taken away, just as Shita Rashmehe Kshapa Iva, just as the light of the moon cannot be taken away from the moon, so also Lakshmi could not be taken away from Rama, even though the kingdom was taken away. Navanam Gantukamasya.
Navanam Gantukamasya.
Tyajatascha Vasundharam.
Tejatascha Vasundharam.
Sarvalokatigasyeva.
Sarvalokatikasyeva.
Lakshyate Chitta Vikriya.
Lakshyate Chitta Vikriya.
Great. Every word is a lesson we should learn, keep remembering and practice them. Vanam Gantukamasya. Gantukamaha means Gamanam Yasya Kamaha Sa Gantukamaha. One who wanted to go to the Vanam of him. Tyajatascha Vasundharam. One who has, of the one who was wanting to go to the forest, of the one who was willing to give up the whole earth, the whole planet. Of him, Sarvalokatigaha means one who goes Atigaha, one who goes beyond this world. Sarvalokatigasya Iva, of the one who has gone beyond this world, one who thinks of this beyond these worldly affairs. Sarvalokatigasyeva Chitta Vikriya Nalakshyate. Even though of the person who has gotten ready to go to the forest to live for next 14 years, of the one who has given away his emperorhood of the entire planet, that is in a way being influentially ruled by these Ikshvakus. One, because he is actually beyond all these worldly affairs. Chitta vikriya na lakshyate. It is not observable. What is not observable by the world? People are not able to observe. That means it is not noticeable. What is not noticeable is the chitta vikriya. His the mind's emotional imbalance was not at all observable, was not at all noticeable. That means so composed he was. And Valmiki is saying it in a way. Chitta vikriya na lakshyate, is not noticeable. That means those emotional, probably anxiety, emotional, unknown, uncertainty of the next 14 years, all that probably was going on inside his heart, inside his mind. All those thinking thoughts were going on, probably. But he made sure that is not visible outside, that is not noticeable outside. So that's a beautiful line here. Kamasya yajatascha vasundharam sarvalokatigasyeva lakshate chitta vikriya na lakshate chitta vikriya. Bhagavad Gita's all lesson, the entire Bhagavad Gita, which Rama learned as Vasishtha Gita, Vasishtha Yoga Vasishtam, in his very early childhood, that he could demonstrate in this moment by chitta vikriya na lakshyate, by not showing his any potential emotional imbalances that were happening inside. Pratishidhya shubham chatram.
Pratishidhya shubham chatram.
Vyajane cha swalankrite.
Vyajane cha swalankrite.
Visarjayitva svajanam.
Visarjayitva svajanam.
Ratham paurans tatha janan.
Ratham paurans tatha janam.
Dharayan manasa dukkham.
Dharayan manasa dukkham.
Indriyani nigrihya cha.
Indriyani nigrihscha.
Praviveshatmavan veshma.
Praviveshatmavan veshma. Veshma.
Matura priya samsivan.
Matura priya
Shamsivan.
samsiyam.
Shamsivan. So, whatever all the grand, grand amenities that he came with, or all the grand, what do I call them? Right? We remember, right, how he came in the Chatram, Valavyajanam, Ratham, and all the forces of infantry, horses, elephants, rishis, all with all the big parade and procession that he came to the palace, Dasharatha and Kaikeyi. He now is giving up one by one in that sequence. Pratishidhya, by giving away, by discarding. Pratishidhya shubham chatram, that white Shweta chatram that he had as the Chakravarti chatram, right? The umbrella that he has. Chhatrapati, we say, right? That chatram pratishidhya. Swalankrite vyajani, the two fans, Valavyajani, that he had on both sides, slowly breezing for him, gave away those two also, gave up or gave away those two. Visarjayitva swajanam. Visarjanam, we do, right? Ganesha Visarjanam, we say. That means we dispose of, we give away. So Visarjayitva, by giving away his swajanam, his own friends, his own people. Ratham, that big vehicle, the grand vehicle that he came by, limo that he came by. Pauran, all the citizens. Tatha Janan, also the other people. Dharayan manasa dukkham. See, Valmiki is very clearly writing every sentence we are reading that Rama is not a God means God like this. He is like us, but he has demonstrated how to overcome all of that. Manasa dukkham dharayan, by holding all that pain and sorrow inside the heart, by the mind, by the heart. Manasa dharayan dukham indriyani nigrihya cha. By controlling his indriyas, holding all the pain inside, controlling his indriyas so that his eyes don't express anything, so that his nose doesn't water or doesn't give that sigh, that his mouth doesn't by mistake speak or utter out any of these consequences that occurred recently, just immediately now. By controlling all these indriyas, keeping all that pain inside, matuhu veshma atmavan pravivesha. I said right, atmavan. One who has the atma is atmavan. One who has atma means one who knows it. If you just have, what's the point? Like we said, you might have inherited $1 million. You never knew it. So you live like a pauper only. Only if you realize that you had $1 million inheritance from your parents or grandparents, then you will start living rich. Right? So not having is not just sufficient, but you should know it. Atmavan. So because he has the Atma and he knows the Atma, he could control all that pain and sorrow within himself by controlling them, by controlling the Indriyas. Atmavan matuhu veshma pravivesha. He entered his mother Kausalya's palace. Apriya samshivan. Shamsa means to say. Prashamsa is to say pleasingly or to say greatly. That means praises. Here, apriya shamsivan. He is one who is ready to give the bad news to his mother. Such Rama, when Atmavan has entered her palace. Sarvokhyabhijana Shriman.
Sarvo abhijanah Sriman.
Srimatah Satyavadinah.
Srimatah Satyavadinah.
Nalakshayata Ramasya.
Na lakshayat Ramasya.
Kinchid Akaramanani.
Kinchit Akarmanane.
So again, now he entered the palace. Here also, Sarvaha Abhijanaha, all the people around in the palace. Shriman, that whole, all the happy, Shriman Sarv Abhijanaha. Abhijanaha here is in singular Ekavachanam. So the adjective given is also Shriman. So Shriman Sarvaha Abhijanaha, all the wealth, opulent, happy, full, celebrating, joyous people around there. Srimataha Satyavadinaha Ramasya kin anane kinchidakaram na alakshyata. They have not seen an iota of akaram. Karam, akaram. So, the kinchid akaram. There was no disturbed sense that they could observe at all in this Srimad Rama, who is a Satyavadi Rama. In his face, nobody could observe any change. They all, maybe because they were happy, so they were seeing happiness only in Rama, or Rama could keep up as an Atmavan, sustain everything inside, restrain everything inside, and could come out be looking happy to everybody. Leadership qualities, right? We should not show any bad news to the public, to our people. We should only talk good to the bad things for interrogation, for discussions, for planning inside with our cabinet, with our core Karyakarta team. But to the other people, we should always express grandeur, happiness, good news only. Uchitam cha mahabahuhu.
Uchitam cha mahabahuhu.
na jahau harshamatmanaha.
न जहौ हर्षमात्मनः
Sharada samudirnamshuhu.
शारदः समुदीर्णांशुः
Chandrasteja ivatmajam.
चन्द्रस्तेज इवात्मजम्.
So Mahabahu Samudirnamshuhu. Mahabahu we already know. Samudirna amshuhu. Amshu is rays or radiance. Samyak udirna. Thoroughly scattered. Thoroughly spread. Is Samudirnamshuhu. Samudirnamshuhu Sharadaha Chandraha. Of the Sharad Ritu. Of the Sharad Ritu, when the moon light is the best, they say, right? So Sharadaha Samudirnamshuhu Chandraha Atmajam Tejaha Iva Atmavan Mahabahu Uchitam Harsham Najaho. Just as in the Sharad Ritu, the moon's light is so radiant anytime. They say probably even in the Amavasya day, it will still be, it will look like a better Amavasya. Such a, just as that moon's radiance cannot be taken away, so also this Mahabahu, Atmajam Tejaha na jahau. Atmajam is his own self, born out of himself. That means his own glow, he did not give up. Jahau, jahati. It means he did not give up. He did not give up his own glow. That means he kept his cool. He kept his cool no matter what. Vacha madhuraya Ramaha.
वाचा मधुरया रामः
Sarvam sammanayan janam.
सर्वं सम्मानयन् जनं
Matuh samipam dhiratma.
मातुः समीपं धीरात्मा
Pravivesha mahayashaha.
प्रविवेश महायशाः.
So in spite of all that pain and all that he kept inside and looked like that Sharad Chandra, from whom that his glow can never be taken away, such Rama, not only has he kept it to himself, but he could even express it. Madhuraya vacha Ramaha sarvam janam sammanayan. Sammanam means by greeting with respect. How are you, sir? How are you, ma'am? Huh? Oh, I remember you still are happy. Glad to see you, very happy. Like that, right? So he was respecting, greeting with respect everyone there. Sarvaha Vijanaha, we saw, right? Sriman, they could not see because they were all happy. So to each one of them, he was greeting and talking with them. Madhuraya Acha. By that sweet talk of Rama, he was honoring everybody with his greetings to them. Sammanayan, it's a continuous tense. So that means there were hundreds of people, one after another, as he was and passing by them, greeting all of them. Matuhu samipam dhiratma mahayashaha pravivesha. He finally reached nearby his mother, Dhiratma, by keeping that bold, composed himself. That great, reputed Rama has finally reached his mother. Tam gunai samatam praptaha.
Tam gunai samatam prapta.
Bhrata vipula vikramaha.
Vrata vipula vikrama.
Saumitrir anuvabraja.
Saumitri anuvraja.
Dharayan dukkhamatmajam.
Dharayan dukkhamatmajam.
So whereas Atmajam in the 37th shloka was used for Tejaha of Rama, Whereas Atmajam Tejaha na Jahau, Ama, Lakshmana, Saumitrihi, Atmajam Dukkham Dharayan Anubhavraja. He also followed moving steps behind Rama, holding all the natural sorrow, grief that Lakshmana is seeing of and for Rama. Tam gunaihi samatam praptaha bhrata vipula vikramaha saumitrihi. Gunaihi samatam praptaha. One who has attained equanimity in all the qualities. Bhrata, the brother, vipula vikramaha. Absolutely bold or the most powerful, strong Saumitrihi. In spite of all these qualities, Samatam Praptaha Gunaihi, even though he has attained equanimity in his qualities, Kam Atmajam Dukkham Dharayan Saumitrihi Tam Anubhavraja. He has also followed steps of Rama behind him. I know we have run 4 minutes late, the last shloka of this sarga, and we are completing. Pravishya Veshmati Bhrisham Mudanvitam
Pravishya Veshmati Brasham Mudanvitam
Samikshatam cha Artha Vipattimagatam
Samikshatam Chartha Vipattimagatam
Nachaiva Ramotra Jagama Vikriyam
Nacheva Ramotra Jagam Vikriyam
Suhrujjanasyatma Vipatti Shankaya.
Swasjanashatma Vipatti Shankaya.
So we said, right, typically Valmiki has this style of completing, ending the sarga in the Indra Vraja or Upendra Vraja Chandas. So Pravishya Veshma, after having entered the palace home, Ati Bhrisham Mudanvitam, that grand palace filled with exuberance of joy, Mudanvitam, Atibhrisham Mudanvitam Veshma, Ishya Tamcha Artha Vipattim Agatam Samikshya. Also, by looking at Artha Vipattim Agatam, having seen the Samikshya, means having seen Artha Vipattim Agatam. We know, right? I mean, the Vipatti, the calamity that occurred now, or the distress that occurred of Artha Vipatti Agatam, the loss of the statelyhood, Rajyabhishekam, etc. All that is Artha Vipatti. Artha Vipattim Agatam, Sampat Vipatti. Sampatti is wealth, Vipatti is loss of wealth. So Artha Vipattim Agatam Tam Samiksha, knowing that, oh my God, if I reveal that this happened, then Suhrujjanasya Vipatti Shankaya. Arey, if people come to know that, I am not the Yuvaraja anymore now, and that I am going to go to the forest, people will, by doubting or by suspecting that, oh, my well-wishers will now be hurt. So, Nachaiva Ramaha atra Vikriyam Jagama. He didn't act anything that might reveal the bad news yet, because all the people outside are so happy, so he didn't want anyone to be known, to be made aware of this bad news. He only wanted to go tell his mother, Sita, and leave from there. Ityarshe Srimad Ramayane Valmikiye Adikavye Ayodhya Kande Ekonavimsha Sargah. Jai Sri Ram. So Thus, we completed the 19th Sarga. In the 20th Sarga starting, don't miss it. Next week we will cover that. Next week I will be in India. From India we will cover it. Excellent. Anybody wants to say the Shanti Mantra? Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Even several great people who also do Prasangam Vachanam on Ramayanam are appreciating our level of deep study of word by word, line by line, lesson by lesson. So we are all lucky. Let's be proud that probably we are the rarest experiment. Others might be doing because I do not know, I cannot say nobody else is doing, right? That is foolish. But of the people that I know, ours is the rarest experiment that we have been doing of studying Ramayanam in this depth and detail. Shubham Bhavatu. Susha is over. Sudhina.